non-fungible idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. The non-fungible idiots who live in the dream. We're all on the zero, it's our right to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
Good morning, fellas. Damn, that was not enough time to get the tweet fired out. We tried something new there. Almost. Super close. Woo! What a freaking day so far, man. Like, everywhere I look. Massive sales. Massive degeneracy. Going to war with the SEC. Assassinating people. We'll get to that. That one's awesome. Yeah, you'll see. There's a reason I said that. It's beautiful stuff. Good to see you guys. Peter is here with us today. It's great to see you, buddy.
It's good to be back. Hey, everyone. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday to you, Peter.
Thursday, fellas.
Hi, Peter.
I thought Joe was my echo then. That was really weird. I was like, wait, is that my voice again? What's happened?
Is anybody's volume low? I hear Joe great. I don't
Thank
know.
you.
The overall volume
Thank you.
sounds
That might
low,
be
but
you. That
Thank
might
you
be
so much.
it
Thank
always
Joe-
could be.
Joe's sounding great, looking great. It's all
Thank
happening.
you.
Here, I'm gonna check my stuff. I'm gonna do that real quick. It's good to see you guys watching in
good now.
the
It's
audience. Dude, yeah, my mic keeps getting reset every time I do this. Ba-boom. Okay, better on this end. Man, I saw you. Who got first today? It was Rebel. Hell yeah. Rebel got first, stealing your thunder, brother. But you were here. What's up, Ard? Good to see you, man. Matt, Mr. Loco. Man, it's like the damn cruise here. I love it. All right. There's so much to get to. I'm going to get us in here real fast. I got the tweet 95% done, so I'm going to fire that off. Guys, do your thing. Like the show. Share the show. Subscribe. All that stuff. Whatever it is you're supposed to do with a show, with content, just do that stuff, right?
Wait a second. So what I put out there, reposted, was not the right link?
Yeah, that's what I was
No, no.
just I was like, you said you're 80%, 90% done. What did I just repost?
Okay, let me explain how it works. I don't know what you reposted, first of all. It's probably the show. I take the show on Twitter, and then I do the quote tweet, because that is better for the algorithm. Like little tricks I've learned. If you quote tweet the show, it gets a little more spread. So I'm just writing that up. Henry, I sent you a link to YouTube. That's separate. That's not what I'm tweeting out. I'm tweeting out the Twitter version or the X version. So whatever you sent is probably fine.
Yeah, I retweeted because I think when you put a YouTube link in the tweet, it downgrades you.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure
exactly.
I'm pretty sure I quote retweeted last week's show, which was a good one, but I probably
So
should have
good.
retweeted the one we're doing now.
You do you, buddy.
I did it.
Hey, if you want to listen to last week's show,
Yeah,
crack on.
crack
It's all good
on.
numbers, right?
All right, here we go. Done.
Done.
Beautiful.
All right, let's see what happens.
We'll see. I got a couple more to fire off too, but I do want to get started. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Have you guys been feeling it too, though? Like, you're feeling the energy out there. You're seeing the sales. Like, whatever we go. I don't think I'm going to be dropping any news on you actually today. I think you're pretty keyed in. But like, you felt what's going on?
Yeah,
I like that it's across loads of different things as well, right? It
Feeling
doesn't
it.
seem to be like,
I'm
this
feeling
is the thing that's going. Doesn't feel like there's like a meta. It's like everything.
Mm.
I'll tell you.
Bit of ETH, bit of Bitcoin, bit of runes, bit of this, bit of that.
It's
nice.
Dude, it's like this perfect symbiotic thing. Like, what's good for runes is good for ordinals, is good for ETH NFTs. It's all very, very good stuff. And in a way, you've got like this perfect storm brewing. Even with what's going on with the SEC, that is the very next thing I'm going to get to here, because I just see this maybe this like scenario where people are rallying around things around this space and like we're ready to go to war. First though, guys, dog go to the moon dropped yesterday. Dude, everyone's behind this coin because again, good for everybody. But this token, this Rune, in just over 24 hours, already has a $530 million market cap. It
went up today, huh?
Hell,
It went up a lot today, dude. And again, this is with very limited centralized exchange exposure. This is now on Gate.io. This is on CoinW. This is on OKX. And there's other exchanges that want in. So this is a pretty damn good start. Again, 530 mil is pretty damn impressive for a day here. So I think everybody's riding high off this, and this is carrying now other parts of the market. This is carrying a lot of other collections that still have ordinals coming, or excuse me, runes coming their way. Promethean's running really hard off this, like really hard. Promethean's had news today. I know Henry's going to get into that.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait for him to. But man, I mean, those they were 0.04 or something at some point yesterday, almost a 2x, not quite there, but man, those are looking incredibly strong. Yeah. Even runestones were down to 0.02. They're at 0.025. Just everything looking very, very, very strong here. And like you said, Peter, it's not just the Bitcoin stuff. It's stuff popping off on ETH. It's beautiful right now.
Yep. Does seem like Dog is carrying everything, similar to how I carry the show. I put it on my back. I say the funny. I do the investigating, and I carry it. You know what I mean? So it's very
the dog of inside NFTs.
I'm the dog of the inside NFTs. Yeah, appreciate that.
Got that dog in you.
Hang on, let me see this comment. Okay, Matt, you're lost with all of it. If you're lost with the shtick, that's one thing. If you're lost with NFTs in general, just stick around, my man. Like, I mean, honestly, we were all lost, and we are always lost still.
Matt. So Henry's like the diva. I'm kind of like the clown. Peter's British, and Huda's the host. And we don't know what we're doing yet, and we're about to find out. So that's a quick recap.
What do you mean I'm a diva?
Oh, come on, dude. You look
Hollywood Henry.
Why is my defining trait where I'm from? What is this?
Yeah, how's the?
I would take it. I would take British over diva.
How's the Matrix, Agent Smith? I mean, what's going on with your glasses today?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I started with these, and that's just what I got to do now. But
you might not have to. That might be my version of the mullet I was doing for a bit.
Oh yeah.
I enjoy
yours
the
looks
shades. Good. I enjoy the shades. I'm into them.
Can I take them off?
No, you can.
No.
They look good.
Well, yeah, do what you want to do.
They're my wife's. They're my wife's.
Shit.
It's just getting weirder now that you keep talking about it. Now that
I'm starting to feel self-conscious about you wearing them now. Okay, that's better. That's better.
Okay.
Diva Herny.
Take us there, Huda.
Well, let's put this out there because this is part of that rallying thing, right? The rallying thing being people being excited about the Bitcoin stuff. Bored Apes really bouncing hard off that bottom. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, guys? But this kind of came out of nowhere today. It's a pretty big deal, and this is one of those things I think perfect for Henry, who loves this shit for some crazy reason. But Consensus today filed a lawsuit against the SEC, which is pretty wild. I mean, kind of at this point, not going to take it anymore, not standing for the SEC bullying. And they're looking for a ruling that definitively says that Ether is not a security. I think it's incredible. I love it. And again, there's just something about this that has people fired up, kind of like when Coinbase pushes back on the SEC. And remind me, did Coinbase ever file a lawsuit against the SEC?
They had motion to dismiss, but I don't know that they had a lawsuit against them. Yeah, I don't recall.
I feel like it would have been a bigger splash if they did, so I'm assuming not, but I've been wrong before.
Well, yeah, so the only reason I'm questioning it, I don't recall them doing that, but then DC Investor, his tweet here, the strategy at this point is to spam the SEC with lawsuits. I'm like, what are the other lawsuits? I'm really trying to think through what those are.
There was one by, is it the Blockchain Alliance that I think they filed maybe earlier this week or late last week. I mean, the reality is everybody's looking for clear guidelines, and Gary Gensler just repeatedly tries to make it look like it's perfectly clear. And the reality is it's just not, right? It's like It's like having rules on the street when horse and buggy was the common mode of transportation versus Tesla's self-driving. Like, yeah, maybe you had some rules that were applicable to that, but it's not the same as what we're talking about now. And they know it. They know it. That's the thing. They know it. Their book is just to try to get people to settle. That's what they want. They want settlements. They want to rack up wins via settlements, and it's disgusting. So when you get people like Coinbase or Consensus that have deeper pockets, XRP, it's great to have those guys fighting the fight because it's needed.
Yeah, I mean, Teslas aren't taking giant stinky shits everywhere. I hear you, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Horse and
Like a horse,
buggy.
like a horse and buggy. you know?
Buggy, Huda.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
but
you have to update with the times to reconcile with what's happening and what's possible now, right?
And a major difference between what we saw with Samurai yesterday, with Department of Justice criminal charges versus like what we see with Consensus and the SEC. Like they're not the same thing. But like, man, if you're a US based company, you really have to understand these broker dealer laws, money transmitter laws, Bank Secrecy Act, KYC, AML. All you really have to understand that because, by the way, if you are a crypto project and you are based in the US, you need legal counsel.
And even if you do, even if you understand and you do, it doesn't absolve you from these things as well, don't you think, Henry? I mean,
they don't care. Yeah, you see what they're doing. They don't care.
They're on that whole like what is it, like shoot first, ask questions later sort of vibe. You know what I mean?
Kind of. What's funny is you have these enforcement attorneys that are trying to make careers, right? And the way they work up the ladder in government is like, hey, what's on my resume? So you have enforcement attorneys that want to try to dig up and find, oh, let's go after these people, and we're going for a settlement because they don't want to duke it out in court. Because if it's going to go to court, now they have to involve the trial attorneys, and the trial attorneys have their own path, right? And their path relies on wins. So if you're an enforcement attorney and you're going after whoever, sorry, am I going on too long? Is that why?
No, someone just ripped your ass. It was amazing.
Okay. So if you're an enforcement attorney, you're trying to stack up settlements. If you're a trial attorney, you're trying to stack up courtroom wins. And there's an intersection somewhere where, like, if somebody is like, okay, Consensus, they're like, yeah, we're not just taking this, we're fighting it. Well, now all of a sudden the trial attorneys have to make sure that what the enforcement attorney was putting together in their investigation is enough for them to feel like they're going to have a win. They don't want to go in front of the Southern District of New York and lose a case. So it's really interesting to just see these things that I assume have been in the works for probably, I say years, well over a year, are now finally like starting to come out into the public, and it's good because these guys won't stop, man. They're dirty. The rules they have are dirty. The tactics, an infinite treasury to be able to go after whatever they want.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it, dude. Isn't it interesting too that those couple lawyers resigned last week?
It's a little long.
Did they cut you off? Do you need to run a timer, Joe?
I had to cut him off there, but I mean, it was a little bit.
I've got the SEC calling me right now, and they're like, "Shut him up! Shut him up! He's on to us."
But
I
okay,
won't respond.
That last week, those two lawyers that resigned after the SEC. No, who was it? A judge ruled that they were like, what was the words? What's the right word for it? But abuse of power, basically, and going after like crypto something. I don't know that it was projects, but like
I think the lawyers said that they were shutting down bank accounts and then like transferring money out of the country, which was not true. So they were,
they seized their accounts. Like they effectively shut them down under like false pretenses, and that came out, and it was like, whoops,
we lied.
Do you think there's more shenanigans by those kind of guys, by the SEC lawyers?
I mean, yeah,
with certainty.
Yeah,
with certainty.
So I think just a gut that was tip of the iceberg, and this is now the time to fight back. And we're seeing the people fight back, which is great. Again, and just tying it all up, it's great seeing NFTs running while this is kind of starting to happen. I love it. This is what's
going to
giving
be hard
me...
for Joe, but
how
Trump changes all of this.
In a good way or bad way?
In a massively bullish way for the space, because he's in, Gensler is out like immediately.
Oh, wow.
And
dude.
all of a sudden, the SEC commission flips instead of 3-2 in favor of the Democrats who hate crypto, 3-2 in favor of the warmongering Republicans.
Yeah, Mexico pays for everything. I mean, we're great again. It's amazing. You're right. You're absolutely right, dude. Good job on that.
On this
Joe's
one thing, I am.
By November, Joe's going to be a Trump voter. that's
No,
the goal.
how about I won't vote for anybody? How about that?
I'm probably with you there.
Hey, I can't vote for anybody. So
No, who would you vote for? No, let's not go there unless you want to. But yeah, guys, let's run through some big sales because this does set the stage for kind of like everything that's happened today.
I would vote for my bags.
Hey, so Donald Trump. Got it. I love it. All right. So giant freaking alien CryptoPunk sale, $12.5 million, 4,000 ETH. This is now the third alien punk to sell in, let's say, 8 weeks or so. Pretty damn impressive. This is the cheapest one too out of those 3 sales. So wild to see that.
Look at it.
Dude,
Super cool.
They're incredible. They're just like, man, just grails.
Just iconic.
That's it. Iconic. A 200 ETH X copy sale. Oh, I'm sorry. This one's an offer. I don't know that this one is sold yet, but hey, it's Grail season. It's great seeing stuff like that. What do we got here? There's a few in this one. Oh, are these all from ACK? They are.
What's the floor on Super Yeti now? Just curious.
What is Super Yeti?
You don't remember Super Yeti?
Is that like some shitty ass?
Yeah.
Okay, dude. I see people reference them. I never traded stuff like that, so I had no idea. But this is ACK selling for 15 ETH, which is awesome. This Coldy, this Edward Snowden Decentralized, 65 ETH.
Hell yeah.
Just dude, massive sale after massive sale. 85 ETH for this Skull of Lucy.
There is kind of a common theme of all these sales, though. These are kind of like the Grail top tier things, right? There's not. Yeah. It hasn't gone down too much into the medium and the regular artists and all that sort of stuff. So
we're all hoping for that trickle down for sure, because that's how it used to work. We don't know that it still does, but it used to work that when these big art sales happened, people took that money they made on those sales and they went and bought NFTs. Typically it was like new PFP collections minting and they would just go ape into that stuff and that spread the money around. Now it might be different, and now they may be running over to Solana to go degen into meme coins. That's what it feels like is happening, but maybe it does see its way into NFTs. So that's kind of what we're
pick up some runes. Go over there and pick up some runes. Maybe
that would be nice. I still don't think most people are in. I think it's I think it is the hardcore Bitcoin crowd, and I think it is going to be wild when people get in. This sale also pretty wild yesterday. This is a pretty iconic photo. This sold for 16 Bitcoin yesterday. This is a 7-year-old photo. This dude holding up buy Bitcoin behind Janet Yellen.
This guy had the alpha, right?
He absolutely did. If you listen, man, you'd be well off right now. So just an awesome day of sales. These are all in the past like 24 hours, basically. It's really, really impressive. It's got everybody pretty juiced for today. Oh, shit. And this one too, man.
Yeah.
That epic rare sat from the halving block. Sold for $2 million, 2.1 million. There's a project that I think, is it public who bought that? I think it is.
I don't know, but can you explain this to me a little bit more in depth? Because I don't know exactly I need a little bit of an idiot's description on this one.
Yeah, I think it is the very first sat in a halving block, the first block of a halving event. The very first sat of the first Bitcoin in that block is called an epic sat. They can isolate it down to that single fungible token. And there's value to them because there's only going to be 32 ever. There'll be 32. Now, like, why does that matter having that sat? It's just, people looking for, in a way, artificial rarity. In a way, it's provable rarity too. But then picture if you took, I don't know, what's the most iconic NFT art you could think of? Like a Lost Robbie or...
Yeah.
Picture 2 Lost Robbies, and if they were on Bitcoin, and one was inscribed on a regular sat and one was inscribed on the epic sat. The value of the one on the epic sat, suddenly is worth significantly more just because of that. So that sat's always there for somebody to go and inscribe something really, really cool on, or something super shitty in degen. Either way, there's a little value to what you inscribe to that sat now.
I guess my question is, what's the difference between this and what Henry and all those other guys did with the runes?
Kind of everything. I'm trying to think of a way to answer that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No.
I was just going to say, ultimately, the pre-rune or runes are inscribed on a sat. So this is just if you were to break down like within sats, like maybe you care about having something rare, the sat itself is rare. This would be a rare sat. So you could inscribe an entire collection off of that sat. So it's certainly a part of it, right? Like you have a sat, you inscribe on that sat.
Would it be possible that you could get an epic sat for like the Kongs, like Prometheans? Would that have been possible?
Yeah, if we wanted to pay even more.
Right.
But we were kind of concerned more with provenance of etching of the rune than we were with okay, it would have been even more baller if we had an epic set. Not sure if it matters all that much. People geek out a little bit, but I don't think it's necessary for everything.
All right, I
It
think
seems like one of those things that is like, oh, that's cool, rather than that's the point. If that makes sense. Like I've got an ordinal that one of the sats as part of it or something is one of the sats that was used to buy pizza back in the day.
Yeah, they've
so
definitely
kind of
split
fun.
off. Yeah, I'm sorry, Peter.
No.
People have made this like artificial rarity thing again, and it is cool. It is a cool way to track provenance. But like Peter said, people will take ordinals collections and inscribe them on the Bitcoin that were used to buy the first pizza. It's like a famous transaction. Right. Those sats are marked as the pizza sats, and so people will do collections on those. People look for significant blocks, like the first block ever minted or mined on Bitcoin. Those are considered rarer sats. All kinds of things like that, significant events.
Cool.
So it's just cool. It's this little ecosystem of rarity. And will it matter? It does a little already. It will always to some degree.
It matters to the guy that sold it for $2 million or whatever.
Yeah, it matters a lot. I think that what they did too is they took that $2 million and they're distributing it to that mining pool. They went for it on purpose to then sell it to then reward the miners, which is cool.
Oh, that's fun. That seems nice. It reminds me a little bit of when there'd be like different collections within a collection. So like Yuga, for example, and it was like the mutant and the ape and the dog, and people would try and get like a set of them. Like that was something that people kind of created as that rarity thing. Like, I've got all like matching backgrounds, or I've got like all the same like fur of this or whatever. It's like maybe kind of reminds me of that, even though it's different.
It's like bringing dirt back from the moon. And is that dirt better than the dirt from my backyard? Like to someone it is. Do you just need dirt, or does it need to come from the moon?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I like that.
So, by the way, I'll just say this, Lemon, real quick. Should you check? I mean, like Xverse, certain wallets do it for you, and Magic Eden also has a little tab in your collection that shows you any rare sats you have. Most of them don't matter. Like honestly, like even things like there's this like 450X, block sats, something like that. They're called rare, but in reality, there's like millions of them. There's so many that even though they're cool sounding, they kind of mostly don't matter. Just if you're going to make a collection anyways, might as well put it on sats that matter more than not mattering. So just a heads up that most of them will not matter at all. Market, though, looking okay. I'm actually curious to look at crypto. I haven't even pulled that up, but
not good.
Can we get the music?
Yeah, give him the music. Peter loves the music. I mean, I do too.
This one?
Yeah.
Is that the music? Yeah. Actually, dude, we're actually up in the past 24 hours. So the NFT market not up. I'm going to blame Solana for dragging the market down because those NFTs are in the shitter right now. But crypto finally up in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin damn near 65K, which is beautiful. Ethereum pumping right now too. What about Solana? Again, in the shitter. That coin is a shitter.
Wow.
No, we actually have some cool news about Solana today too, so we'll get to that as well. Sales ripping today, 33.7 mil so far, destroying yesterday and the prior day and the prior day before that as well. But remember, 12 million of that at least is from that one CryptoPunk. So just to give a little perspective of how much higher we actually are. We're not that much higher. There's your big boy sale though, right there at the top. CryptoPunk's your top collection, again, because of that CryptoPunk sale, and then a bunch of familiar faces there in the top 10. It's funny. It feels like we're cooking, but it's all those one-off big-ticket item sales. That's kind of it. Other than what we're seeing in Ordinals, and I do think Ordinals is starting to kick off. Maybe another Ordinals run, maybe.
Let's do this.
But that's okay. Wow. We need those things, right? Like the fuse is going to light from somewhere. So like to see these sales, we've consistently seen like rare punk sales, to have, the Yuga floor up in the last, week you referenced this morning, Hood, on your video. Like those are all catalysts that are way better than Bitcoin plunged 40% and every collection is down. So it's like, to me, I'm like, it's the pregame. And if you say we're in the fourth inning, then you'd say we're already in the game, but at least like we're going.
Look at Bored Apes almost at 16 ETH now. And I have heard people start to say, is there some of that like insider info that was shared and people are buying up the collection, which I would not be shocked. It happens every time with Yuga Labs. I'll tell you this, in NFT Live today, Biggie said he was in a meeting with them and just had NDAs, and he's like, they're not doing anything. So that's not anything you trade off of, right? But like Bored Apes, he's like, they are doing stuff. They're building behind the scenes. They are. But just interesting to see the price like this, although, again, I do think a lot of people felt like the past few weeks was the bottom sentiment-wise, price-wise. Falling under 10 ETH is pretty wild. But this is a pretty dramatic swing here. Again, almost 16 ETH. Mutant's almost at 3 now. Azuki's running. Pudgy Penguin's running. I'm just hoping that this is real, like that this is the real like NFT run maybe beginning, and we truly hadn't gotten that so far in this cycle. We've been in a bear market, a bull market, and ETH really saw very little benefit, except right at the beginning.
I just can't, other than what I said earlier of like, there seems to be like the top levels that are running a little bit. I don't see much, I can't put the pieces together on how it's running. You know what I mean? Like, right. A lot of these things does seem like one or two or a handful of people can have made these things happen rather than an entire movement of the space. So it's interesting. Like you said, that punk sale is one guy probably, you know what I mean? And that like carried the collection and the sale of the day. So it's interesting to me.
So it's still
I preferred Henry's analogy on that, where that's lighting the fuse rather than it's just one guy. But like it can be, I guess it can be both, right?
It's infectious. Yeah. Sometimes that gets the other rich guys like feeling that FOMO and they got to buy. Like it literally, it works the same way for them that it does for us. It does. They get FOMO.
Is there a feeling that, to me, I don't think that ETH is back, like ETH NFTs are back when like a new player enters the game almost? Like there's not like a new hotness on ETH right now. Would that be fair?
To me, there's like very little reason for anyone to launch on Mainnet. Huda, you said this a long time ago. In fact, I argued against it when you're like, the big gains will be there with some projects, but this is ultimately going to turn into shitcoining with JPEGs. And so I think that's what we're seeing. A collection launches, you're making, 0.02, 0.03, 0.05 ETH, maybe the occasional outlier, you're bagging a half ETH. But it's going to be the blue chips that have the potential to run into higher gains. But there's no reason to launch on Mainnet right now. Fees, you're vying for attention, right? So like at the end of the day, you're not getting attention on Mainnet because you're competing against the Kongs, Yuga, CryptoPunks, Azuki, Pudgy Penguins. So like, who are you? Where are you going to make a splash? Somewhere like Base, say, some L2, maybe even Blast, but I just don't see.
Are you going to make a splash? Are you going to make a splash there? I mean, what are the splashes that have been made there? I mean, the Gods, I guess, was one maybe, but like, I don't know. I mean,
you've got more leeway to make a splash because you're not going to get fisted by.
You're not going to get a fat guy cannonball splash. You're going to get like a precise Olympic diver can fill a little cup full of water splash.
That's an amazing way to put it.
I'm so pumped for the Olympics, man. So pumped.
NFL draft is tonight too.
Oh, yes, sweet.
Also pumped for that. It's late for me, but I'll be up.
But by the way, that's what made in this attention space Solana meme coins. You can make some money doing that, and ordinals. Like again, that's where it's at. That's where the trading had been like that entire cycle of the end of 2023. So I think that's where we're going to see kind of the FOMO type gains being made. And I think on Mainnet, it's going to be confined to that small group of blue chips.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, like you said, you're competing with Kongs, these are where the heavyweight champions of the world, of the World Wrestling Federation live. Like, who cares if you win at the backyard wrestling? Now I'm doing like metaphors like you, like, who cares if you're like doing these other things here? Don't you want to compete on the main net, right? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But would you not be like the backyard guy, and then he gets a shot at the big time, and it's a base collection, and it minted on base originally, and then it got real big, and maybe it's too big for base now, and then you get a pop at the champ, you bridge it across the main net, and it's all right, let's go, let's see what we can get, and then you're ducking, you're weaving, you're jabbing, like all that sort of stuff.
No, I kind of walk into the main net, like I'm walking out of the curtains. I'm like, who the fuck is around here? Oh, fucking Kongs. Oh, Bored Apes. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm here to fucking kick my shit off, and you're gonna fucking be my bitches. You know what I mean? That's the type of shit I'm on. Like, that's the type of shit I'm on. I don't want to, like, I've already grown. I've already done my shit. I've already gone through the backyards, and I did all that stuff. I'm here to fucking take over now.
But
So
that's like,
is this a boxing analogy or a wrestling analogy?
I don't know. I forgot, dude.
Well,
Okay, I forgot.
let's go with what's the minor league of wrestling? Like, is there such thing?
Like
what's
NXT?
There's a bunch.
Is it NXT?
Okay.
I
Well,
see
NXT
some weird shit on like Thursday nights on like local television, and it's weird.
So here's
UK
the
one
problem,
was
Joe.
NXT.
Here's the thing, Joe. Like your analogy right there.
Yeah, you got excited? A little excited?
Who, me?
You did? Yeah.
Well, I that whole thing of like, calling out everybody and wanting a piece of them, and you want them on mainnet. Ethereum is no longer mainnet. That's the problem. The problem here is Bitcoin's mainnet.
Sure.
Ethereum is being called testnet by the Bitcoin guys. So that's like you going and pulling that shit in the minor leagues and
So
thinking
you're saying, oh, you're blowing up the entire analogy, saying ETH is not mainnet, Bitcoin is the mainnet now.
they don't give a shit about ETH anymore. It's not the major leagues anymore. Bitcoin is the major leagues.
So you're saying that Node.
Oh, wait, now
Monkeys,
baseball's involved?
Yes.
now you're saying Node Monkeys is better than the Punks. Node Monkeys is higher level than the Bored Ape Yacht Club. That's what you're saying?
There is potential for them to be higher than the Bored Apes, and maybe probably not. But I'm saying in general, if let's go more like the step down, because those guys have provenance, and I think that supersedes the blockchain for only those couple collections. But anybody else, man, if you're launching a collectible right now or anything that like anything in that ballpark, man, I think you go for those L2s that are going to compete at that high level, that are gunning for the number 2 spot or 3 spot. They want to be at ETH level or Solana level or overtake them. But I don't think you do it on ETH. I think you make more of a splash being early and huge on base or early or huge on blast. And those are the things that are leeching from Ethereum the most right now. It's those two right there. I think blast is going to hook.
I feel you. I feel you, brother. I feel you. But what I'm saying is that, like, you're trying to say, like, I don't know if we want to do metaphors or things anymore, but it's
do
like
another sport. Pick one.
Okay,
No,
it's
I like it.
It's like Michael Jordan, when he comes out, he wants to take Nike, which is like the 7th most popular shoe at the time, and he wants to elevate the entire brand to make it the best brand ever, right? Nike's not unheard of, but you're saying like all these Blast and all these other things, you're saying you want to fucking explode this, so you're the biggest thing and only thing on this blockchain or whatever. And I hear you. I appreciate that underdog in you, but I'm just saying I want to go where there's history involved, and I want to go where there's all the champions, so I can be part of a legacy rather than being like, I'm the best thing on this new thing, which might be the future. It's kind of like UFC. Like, they started to do all this shit. People were like, you suck ass, blah, blah, blah. And now they're the biggest thing in the world. And there was no real history of it before, other than boxing and all this stuff. And all of them looked down on that. But now it's like the biggest sport. It's not bigger, but you know what I'm saying?
It's a great take. And yes, I see that. So I think then still, if you want to go to the biggest best, I think the history that ETH has over Bitcoin, and they do have that NFT provenance, that history, but I think over a long enough time, it doesn't matter. The 6, 7, 8, 9 year, however long since, whatever we want to call the first NFT, think in the long run compared to Bitcoin getting their first NFTs, last year, I think it doesn't matter. I think people want that Bitcoin provenance over anything on ETH right now.
I guess it depends what you're building to. I think it just depends what it is you're going for. I think I don't want to say it's virtually impossible to get the attention right now. What are you laughing at?
Wax.
Is Wax mainnet?
Yeah, Matt's awesome, by the way. But right now, it's a difficult space to get attention from right now. And I think we're going to see like in the next like couple years, just like we did on Mainnet, everybody's going to fade out, or 99% is going to fade out. Same thing is going to happen on ordinals. In fact, it's going to happen quicker because these projects, for the most part, don't have war chests. Mainnet had that advantage of creator fees in the beginning. Ordinals doesn't have that. And so you've got to me, it's like the table is almost set. Of course, there's outliers. There's going to be somebody who makes it in, but I feel like the table is set a bit on Bitcoin. I feel like the table is set a bit on Mainnet. Yeah, there's going to be one or two that might make a difference, but everybody else, I think right now is going for the L2s where none of us have seen anybody make a significant impact.
I hear you.
Never happened on Polygon, hasn't really happened on Base. Solana's still there. You know, in Solana, you could make an impact still over there. But
speaking of Solana, I mean, really, really, really cool story out of Solana today, which was the co-founder of Stripe. They're supporting stablecoins. This is pretty incredible. It sounds like, right, for getting anybody and everybody into crypto. Like
there's something about a Web2 guy saying crypto is back that makes me real nervous.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Actually, yes. But okay. So Tyler makes a really good point here. The less we need to cash out crypto into fiat, the more we can just keep our stables and pay with that. And I think that is exactly what Stripe is going to allow. Holy cow.
That is really cool. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer there.
No, I mean,
just like I've been burned before.
Yep.
It's
cool. A great point. Yeah, again, like sometimes that stuff is a turnoff. At the same time, we have to welcome it if we think this stuff is going to reach as
100%.
So, interesting thing though, it was the Solana guys really pushing this story and really geeked out over it, as they should be. But in the demonstration, it's clearly something that's going to be Ethereum as well. So the USDC that they were showing was also on Ethereum. So Saigar pointed that out. Glad he did. This is not just a Solana exclusive thing. This is them maybe more broadly accepting stablecoins, which is awesome.
So idiot question from me. Stripe, I don't think is it a payment service? Is it a car company? I don't think we have it in the UK. I've heard of it, but I'm not 100% sure what
I think it's a settlement thing. I don't use it either. Who knows?
Okay.
Do we have a grown up here?
No. I saw that video play a couple times and I immediately turned it off when I saw that guy walk on stage. I was like, I don't want to see what he's saying at all.
Any grown ups?
Crypto is back.
We're waiting for you grown-ups.
Any Stripe users.
Wait, what was the question?
What exactly is Stripe? Is that like some payment settlement system? Is that actually like a
payment processing company, which says Rice
payment
Farmer
processor?
FinTech. Thank you, Rice.
So meaning that anybody can use Stripe to plug in crypto payments into their website, whatever, their stores, anything like that?
Call me crazy, but I thought X uses Stripe if you're monetizing your account.
That's where I've heard it. That's where I've heard it.
Okay.
For monetization.
Interesting timing then with X becoming this payment, kind of platform and the Stripe announcement. And is this all kind of part of the same thing happening behind the scenes?
Could be.
Could
be.
So essentially, like when you go through checkout, you're buying something. You found a nice new pair of slippers online that you're like, oh baby, I'm gonna get these slippers. And then it gets to the end and you can put your credit card information in, or you can do Apple Pay, or you can do Google Pay. Yeah. You'll just be able to pay with your crypto wallet using your stables.
Yeah. That's the perfect way to say it, Peter. Which
that's huge.
Thinking about that's incredible.
That's huge.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's super cool. So I wonder if I have to KYC with Stripe and have your, because they're gonna get you. They're not letting you out. They're not letting you out without getting you first. So
of course not.
Pretty damn cool though. Pretty damn cool. We're definitely growing. I'm going to steer us into the Bitcoin territory here. Starting with something today that I thought was super interesting. Okay, there is this L2 called Merlin. I know very little about it, right? Very little, so I can't get any deeper than knowing what it is. But there were like 1,000 node monkeys that were locked up in this platform earning, I don't know if it was Bitcoin or if they have their own token, but these were staked. These guys were earning. And same with puppets, right? So there's a whole bunch that we're unlocking today, and people were wondering if that was going to crush the prices of those collections. Again, specifically node monkeys and puppets. And it hasn't so far, but I also don't know if it's actually hit yet, because so far, guys like Adam here are saying it's a nightmare. Like, it has been a nightmare to use to get his shit out. He said he's got like $500 worth of yield. He would have paid somebody $400 to get it out. Like, such an awful experience, which is what Udi has said forever from Quantum Cats. Udi has always said these L2s are not the solution, but still what OP Cat's going to bring. Oh, by the way, people have been asking, what is the quest that you have to do in Quantum Cats? It's so easy, guys. Look at the Cat VM white paper, pick your favorite page, and write a Twitter thread about it. That's it. It should take you 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then you got to post it in their Discord. So just wanted to do that.
On the 29th, between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern.
That's it. Yep. There's a 12-hour window to submit it. You can do the tweet today, I believe, too, but you just have to submit it then, I think. I'll verify that in their Discord, but heads up. Anyway, Cat VM, Bit VM, OP Cat, all the Quantum Cat shit, I think is exactly what Bitcoin needs, because so far nobody's been able to build any great L2s. I think Stacks people would argue that, but I know the hardcore Bitcoin guys don't even like that, so.
Did you get any of that, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when we started talking about stability and stable coins, I was like, I'm not into stability. I'm not into stable shit. I like to go fucking crazy.
Here for the volatility, baby.
I'm here for the craziness. I'm here for all that shit. So, yeah, I'm not into all that.
Well, then that gets us to, I think, the real juicy part. Prometheans kind of going bonkers all on their own. I was going to say because of dog. It's not because of dog. The dog price action helps, but you guys had your announcement today, at least to some allocation news. So how's this working out? Like, what are you guys giving to who? And then when are things happening, man?
Time out.
Yeah.
Give him the music, set him up, and have him make the announcement in a proper sort of way.
Does the song count as his timer?
It does. I'm so excited about this. I want to win from these guys so bad.
Damn.
Let's just not even rush it. Let's see how juicy he can make this. Get him on the large screen. Let him have some time.
Juice it up.
Juice.
I don't know that I'm ready
Juice
for
it
it,
up.
but you get the music going and it can't help.
Just
myself.
start feeling it first. Just start feeling it first. Why don't we guys vibe together? You guys want to do that?
Yeah, Joe's always good with the lead-in.
Joe, lead it.
Maybe, yeah.
Set him up.
I'll get you pumped up. Okay. First of all, you guys made an announcement today, which was very fucking exciting. It's the allocation for each Promethean and how much coins they get. And what excites me most about this is we are set up as a community to have a very big win. If we value community, if we have faith in the Kongs that they can deliver on this, this could be fucking huge. Now, with that being said, Henry, as the voice, as the fucking chest-pounding fucking Kong, as the leader of this community, I want you to tell me what we're allocating, if you're fucking pumped, and anything you can tell me today. Ooh.
Hell yeah.
I can't match that. I can't match it.
Hang on.
Go!
You're gonna
Let's
the vibe.
go!
Hang on. Here comes the vibe.
All right.
Come on screen.
Yeah.
Come on screen. Okay. Come on.
Okay.
Get him up on the big screen. Let's go. Huda. Get him up. Switch at me and put him up.
Yes.
I just love this anthem.
It's so good.
Yeah,
Dude, people
bro.
are asking for it. Put it on YouTube, by the way. Anyways.
Yeah, big news, right? So we announced our Promethean allocations. We've got 91% going to the Prometheans themselves, which works out to be like 910,000 decentralized per Promethean. There was a lot of people, I think, waiting on the sidelines who are not in the Discord, who obviously don't listen to us, and are like, well, what's going to happen? Are we going to get 10%? Are we going to get 30%?
No.
We're not playing that game.
What are we getting?
Yeah, 91%. But the cool thing is there's another element to it, which is like this has been all about bringing in OG communities, rewarding people that were early in Bitcoin. And so that's how we did this diamond weighted drop, right?
Are you rewarding the influencers? Are you rewarding the fucking community?
Nah. Yeah, we didn't bring on KOLs. We didn't do any of that shit, man. No, we don't fuck with that. We run different. We say like somebody mentioned in Kongs today, they're like, oh, when Kongs announced it, Leonidas put out like 8 tweets, like within like a handful of minutes or within 30 minutes. And I said, you know what? That worked. Nothing against that. That's Leonidas's brand. we work in silence, bro.
What's
We
our
work
brand? What's our brand, Henry? What's our brand?
We Kongs work in silence, bro. We do our thing, then we beat our chest. So 4.5% of the allocation is going to ordinal communities, and we're going to explain what that means over the next few days. But people who may have missed out on the Prometheans, maybe they get covered, within communities that we've already, had relationships with, and maybe we'll see some other communities that also get to take part in what we're doing. So obviously the lion's share of this goes to Prometheans, right? Those are the big fucking deal. Those are the BFGs. But like, we want to be able to help. What's the word to use? Bless, give, reward, like whatever word we want to be able to give, to other people that have been building in Ordinals. So it's been it's been fun. I'm excited for like the next few days when we start announcing like, hey, who else is going to be on the ride with us.
All right, baby.
Yeah.
Let's finish this strong. What do you got to end this?
Talk about the snapshot. When snapshot? I saw a certain block number.
Snapshot is going to be okay, give or take. It's let me get you the exact block. It's like block 840,000. I'm going to get the exact one. But Sunday around 2 p.m. Eastern time. So what are we talking? 6 p.m. UTC, give or take. Block number is 841,269. That's the block we'll be snapshotting. You have to be holding in that block. That block is mined. Whoever was holding in that block is going to get that airdrop. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Ow! There it is.
Look at Edge. He just finally busted.
Edge.
Hell yeah.
Look at Edge.
That's
Super
crazy,
chat.
brother. Edge busted.
Oh,
That's crazy.
damn.
Thank you so much, dude.
Is that our first super chat?
We've had a few. It's been really fucking cool.
Nice.
Really fucking cool. Really appreciative of these guys. It's crazy. So thank you guys.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that was awesome. Edge, appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
thanks, Edge. You're a
good
G.
job.
What an train, by the way. Holy cow, dude.
Good job, Henry.
Thanks, man. People are stoked. I think they're going to be. I think as we roll this out, people are going to be like, man, they get it. I don't mean that in an arrogant way, but I think people will be like, they get it. They understood how to come and bring the fire. So that's what we plan on doing.
Peter,
It's a ton of
same
fun.
right there.
I'm gonna come.
The tape, Henry, you said it earlier. The table is set, right? It's set to eat a feast. And all we have to do is to come and be fucking the fucking what? Sorry.
Coming.
Sorry.
Who's coming? Who's coming where? What's happening?
Yeah, we just have to pull our pants down like real monkeys and fucking jerk off all over the table. Let's go.
Let's
Bro,
get into
I just
that.
think it's like a perfect storm of like Huda. Like obviously you've been in Ordinals for a while. Like imagine what it takes for a mainnet project to come to Ordinals and make a splash. Usually that type of thing is rejected heavily, right? Because people are like, what's going on here? Like, who the fuck are these guys coming in our territory? I don't want to say it's like the Crips going to the Bloods playground and then be like, what's up, man? How's it? Like, but it could have been construed that way. And in reality, this was like, nah, man, they met us with open arms. And I think that shows a real propensity on the Kongz end to understand not just the culture, but that people accept us for us being as genuine as I think we are.
Told you, dude, the work you guys put in, I've told you this all bear long, it's going to pay off one day. In a way, it doesn't have to be like monetarily. It is this being accepted. People like, it's the respect. You can't buy that. You can't. That comes
Dude.
from your actions and your deeds and the hard work ethic.
Like legitimately, how many times have I called you, right? On my drive home, long days, you're rolling out products, you get FUD, like, I mean, tons, dozens and dozens of times where I've called you. I'm just like, man, you know how frustrating it is to be faded to never be in the conversation, knowing what we've done, and it's just like the cabal doesn't give a shit.
Yep.
And we don't give a shit if they give a shit, but like sometimes you're just like, man, how about like a little bit of recognition for the shit we've done? And so to do this and get some recognition for what we've done and who we are, and to see people coming into the Kongz Discord who knew nothing about us, literally just they knew nothing about us, and
I've seen that today.
for the first time, they're just like, oh man, you guys have this, or you have that, or you guys have been doing what? It's just cool to see. It's awesome.
All right, I'm going to tell you why I'm so bullish.
Go.
I'm going to tell you why I'm so bullish, and it's not just on the CyberKongz, but giga bullish. You guys have no idea how bullish I am on those guys. But them being in this Runes ecosystem and them being in this Bitcoin ecosystem, first off, Runes. We have our first $3 billion market cap token with Fehu. Okay, that's number one. It's We'll take what we can get right now. The first real one.
It's not 3 billion.
I just mean it's not 3 billion. It's a very
the supply's
skewed number.
tiny.
I don't even think we should use it.
Yeah, that's what
fair.
1% of
Strike that.
there?
We're gonna start this over.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off, man.
Yeah,
We need we got to give the song a minute to catch up to that part.
do you need me to set you up? Like
No. I'm actually good here. A $500 million market cap token in this short amount of time, showing just the little slightest bit of what the potential is here. All the stuff we keep talking about, an ecosystem with $1.3 trillion in it. That is the Bitcoin ecosystem. That is how many times higher than Ethereum, how many times higher than Solana, and you see what those meme coins do over there. The potential here is greater. Now, here's the thing. Okay, this is actually incredible. I talked to a buddy of mine today on the phone. We were talking, actually, I won't get into what we were talking about. He made a comment about NFTs. He's like, how's the NFT thing going? He's like, it's completely dead, right? He's like, what are you going to do with all that? I'm like, you think it's dead? I'm like, okay, wait a second. Normies who even know about NFTs think they're dead.
Yep.
As he was explaining, he's like, yeah, like, you know, like all those celebs used to, like Jimmy Fallon used to have his Bored Ape. All those celebs, he's like, that's dead. Like nobody's talking. I'm like, it's not dead. It's happening on Bitcoin. Did you know there's NFTs on Bitcoin? Right? When it cycles back to celebs getting into this shit, and they're gonna, right? They're gonna want that flex again. It's gonna be a next level kind of thing because there's no flex bigger than a Bitcoin thing. That's like, you cannot freaking top that, dude. Joe.
There's a little bit of celebrity. I don't know about Bitcoin, but Ghostface Killer of the Wu-Tang Clan was hitting up Ansem the other day.
Yep.
There's some sniffing. There's some sniffing going around.
He dropped a song on Bitcoin about 3 weeks ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And let me say one more, like, just for the Kongz, I want to say, yeah, dude, people slept. People have been sleeping. You guys have been working in silence, getting not the credit that you deserve. The table is set. I know Huda is a little bit uncomfortable with me saying setting the table and stuff like that. But
Why?
the table,
I've never said that.
Oh, I thought you did earlier when I was doing the metaphor. There was like an interjection.
No.
I thought you said.
It's
Anyway,
because you said you were coming on the table.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
so,
that was it.
yeah. Set the table for you guys. What happens if you become the biggest thing on the runes? Getting to the top, that community getting the credit they deserve off the backs of doing good for the community. It's exciting to me, and I really hope that it does succeed.
I think if
I'm going to
there's
listen to this episode
a
in the
team
gym
that can
tomorrow.
do it,
It's going to be pumped.
I think if there's people that can do it, it's the Kongz. Honestly, I don't just say that as like hyperbole. Like I genuinely think that everything we've done, everything we've learned has kind of taken us to this moment where we're just like, we can fucking do this, man. We can do this. We know how to execute with precision.
The only thing I was worried about was Kongz are as degen as they come, as coin flipping and fucking as grindy as they come. So I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen here. I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but I'm pulling for you guys.
By the way, Joe, do you know who never faded us?
Me?
Besides you, besides
Who?
the people here.
Who's that?
Gary V.
Whoa, dude, you giving props to the
That's
V-man?
true. He's been good to you guys.
Gary V has never faded the Kongz. He doesn't need to talk about us. We didn't need Gary to go out shouting from the rooftops. It might have seemed cringe if he did. Invited us to both VCons, let us represent there. Always showed love to us. So like, that's a dude. And you know my stance. I didn't used to like Gary because I was just jealous of him. But that was somebody who always gave props to the builders in the space. So ton of respect for him.
Cool. Yeah, he's a good dude. and he likes all the projects. So yeah.
Tell you what,
Kongs.
I was crunching some numbers and I don't even have it handy, but I was pricing out Decentralized at like a $100 million market cap, at a $200 million market cap, at a $300 million market cap. It gets spicy at that point, man. It really does. I want to say 300 mil is somewhere around your Promethean being worth like 0.2 or something crazy. Like, it's pretty fucking crazy, the potential here. Again, 300 mil. Now we see a collection that has, let me pull it up.
500 and what?
At this point, I think 470 million dollar market cap. If the Kongs get just about halfway there, that Promethean is worth 0.15 to 0.2 ish.
Not
really spicy potential here, and that's why you're seeing those prices fly. My big takeaway, though, from my buddy was normies don't know NFTs aren't dead, and normies don't even know Bitcoin ordinals exist. Celebrities don't know they exist either. Again, when they do, dude, celebs and like rappers and all like public people, like they flex Bitcoin now. They do. So when that cycle comes back and it's cool to flex an NFT again, they're flexing the Bitcoin ones, and man, these are gonna fucking rock it. So sure of it.
Everything's circles, isn't it? Right?
It's
all cycles.
Undoubtedly gonna come back. It is, and it's starting now. Let's get into a little bullish, bearish, and truthfully, I don't have a lot on these. So we'll just vibe out towards the end.
How could you be bearish on anything after this show, huh?
Jeez. No, good point, dude. Tell you
I'm
this.
gonna sleep after this. How am I going to sleep? How am I going to do it?
I forgot. This is like, it's basically Betty by time for you, man.
Well, and it's draft night, like you said, so I'll be up.
Oh, okay. Okay, bullish, bearish on these friggin' crazy ass things that I can never understand, but these like liquidity sites, like stake for this, get this other type of token. You can take that token and take out a loan against it. Then you can rebuy this, and then you earn this kind of yield. Like I never understand those. And there's this one example, this one thing called Renzo that depegged yesterday, and people got wrecked. Other people that had money and took advantage made hundreds of thousands of dollars, though. Bullish, bearish on those kind of systems, those kind of platforms that let you do that silliness.
What order are we going?
Oh, we'll go on this Henry, Joe. Does it appear on the screen the same for all you guys? Is it Henry, Joe, me, then Peter?
Yeah,
correct.
All right, we'll always go top down then. Okay, yeah, Henry.
Okay.
Or YouTube comments.
Oh, yeah, and guys in YouTube, drop those comments too. Bullish, bearish on these type of whatever platforms.
Bearish on the whatever platforms.
I'll go bearish.
Bearish, hate him.
Yeah, bearish. Wow, Playboy Cardi has an opium in his music video. What? That's cool. Yeah. That's it, Loco. It's crazy stuff. Okay, hang on. I like this next one a lot. Okay. Bullish, bearish on President Trump feeling like he has the go-ahead, the rights, the protection to assassinate anybody.
This guy is
assassination privilege.
I think I got to go with bearish on that. I think I got to go bearish.
All right, hold on.
Funny as hell, though.
He's one of us. Oh my god.
How high does Bitcoin get if I allow him to murder everybody?
Dude, pretty darn high. If plunging the world into chaos, and at that point everyone's stocking up on Bitcoin, we want this man.
Fuck you, Trump. Down. Bearish. Fuck that guy.
SJW Joe says no.
For the people.
How is this not bearish?
Oh man, Giga bullish.
Insania.
Giga bullish, man, dude. Acceleration bullish.
But does he mean personally? Because that would actually be
no, like directing, like it already happens in this country, like with JFK, that kind of stuff. Already happens.
Yeah, I'm watching like the I'm watching the Apple TV like Manhunt show about John Wilkes Booth killing Abraham Lincoln, and then I was trying to think, this might be fun. I was trying to think what the modern day equivalent of this would be. Like, who's the modern day John Wilkes Booth? Like, Biden's at the theater. Who's sneaking in? Is it Chalamet? Is it Timmy Chalamet? Is he doing it? Like, what's happening?
Who's he sending to do it? Huh.
I thought it was quite like I was just thinking of it.
Who can get close to Trump without him being worried about it?
What's the other way, isn't it? It's are you talking? Oh, this is dangerous territory.
Yeah, sorry.
Come on, dude. I don't want to.
We don't need the Secret Service showing up at our
Peter,
door.
getting shut down.
Peter, it's not that hard. Do you think it's okay for us to murder people that we?
Oh, sorry. No. Unless
If
they
it's
break-
good for
unless they-
crypto, though. If it's good for crypto.
Oh, so it's okay, well, it is bullish, isn't it? Yeah.
You're a terrible.
Guys, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently Dog touched a $1 billion market cap in BitTrue.
What?
I don't know what that is,
What is BitTrue?
but we'll take it. We'll take it's a massive
It's
exchange.
one of those
One of the
fucking-
most important exchanges out there in a single candle.
This is stupid.
I hope that's like a 1 minute candle or 1 second candle.
That dildo is just straight up.
We did it. We made it 1 second. I mean, one Billy.
It went from 0 to 1 billion in one candle.
Absolutely incredible, guys. We absolutely did it yet again.
Did it.
I wish I was keeping track of episode numbers in typical idiot fashion. We never did and never will. I think I did the first 3. That again, so on brand. We're just gonna show up and keep doing the thing. The number
bullish
doesn't matter.
bearish on episode numbers.
Bullish bearish on episode numbers because let's just say we're always on like episode 1000 something like.
Also, we're smashing numbers, dude. People are showing up. It's really cool to see.
1,200.
Today?
Over 1,200 right now. Yeah, and guys, yeah, keep in mind, like I know somebody said earlier they saw like 60 or so in it. This streams in a few places, and I need to start streaming it to Kick as well. But it goes to YouTube, which usually does a little less. But it goes to 2 different X accounts, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, so 3
Seems smart.
places in total.
Let's split ourselves up.
It honestly works better. You get way more eyes that way. I learned that from
Nice.
B-Check. I saw him in the morning spamming his show in 5 different places on X. It's
Don't listen
annoying.
to
I
me,
think
man.
they're going to knock that out at some point. You won't be able to, but for now, yeah, more eyes.
Multi-chain, multicast.
That's exactly it.
Thank you.
First
to
and foremost, want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Like always, bringing the banter, bringing the fun, bringing the love.
especially
Edge.
Edge.
Bringing the
Especially Edge
electricity,
today.
man.
Bring in the
dude.
money, bro. Bring in
Bring
the
in
money.
Bringing the cash.
You don't have to
freaking
bring the money, but it's
don't.
You guys never
Yeah.
have to. You know that.
No.
But the crazy and thank you, honestly. All you guys who showed up again, appreciate it. Love you guys. To Henry, to Joe, to Peter, of course. The best damn co-host you could ever ask for. It's
Co-host.
crazy. I
Nice.
love doing this with you guys. It's such a blast. It's an
You hear
honor.
that?
probably the only ones you could ever get. So
Not true. Believe it or not, not true. So
You hear that?
I appreciate the hell out of you guys.
You hear that, Lemon? Hosts. Not
Hosts, baby.
Oh, that's right.
official.
Unfortunate
Roll it,
about the
Huda.
guests.
Roll
Guys,
it.
we'll see you tomorrow.
We're the non-fungible idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to 0. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make $1, won't sell a thing. We're the 0 holders, our anthem we sing. 0 holders, our anthem we sing. 0 holders, we're the kings of the sea.